Good morning. Today we are going to talk about basil. And basil is one of those herbs and plants that you hear about all the time. If you're Geneva, you grow it and you use it all the time. And probably Loretta is the same and grows it and uses it. I've got the spice, and I know that you put it in Italian food, but that's kind of all I knew about it. So I'm gonna tell you about the oil and all the things we can do with it. So basil is from, and it's a super pretty plant. Basil is from the Greek word meaning king. Ancient Greeks believed that it opened the gateways to heaven. doTERRA steam distills the essential oil from the leaves, and basil has been cultivated for over 5,000 years. That's quite something. Thing that surprised me is it actually belongs, well, there were lots of things that surprised me, but it belongs to the mint family. And I would not have guessed that. There are 200 species of various basil botanical varieties and forms grown around the world. And it is known to contain 29 chemical compounds. And this is another one, and excuse me, I think it's just an interesting tidbit, is that it is kosher certified, which I don't think for any of us that is significant, but it's just an interesting little tidbit. And I am going to grab one of my Breathe respiratory drops. So this frog in my throat will go away, and I'll just talk funny because I'm sucking on a throat lotion. But another fun fact is, in the Italian culture, basil was used as a sign of love. Placing a pot of basil on a balcony meant that a woman was ready for her suitor to come. If the man arrived with a sprig of basil, then the woman would fall in love with him. Wearing basil on his person signified that a man had serious intentions for a woman he was courting. Aren't you glad we don't have to go through all of that now? I am very glad. So basil is the oil of renewal. It helps overcome fatigue, low energy, being overwhelmed, and the inability to cope with life stressors, which we've got one or two stressors nowadays that, we might need help overcoming. It brings rejuvenation of vital forces after long periods of burnout or exhaustion. It can help support our adrenals and restore the body to its natural rhythms of sleep, activity, and rest. It's calming to the mind. It's helpful in dealing with feelings of anxiousness, fear, nervousness, overwhelm, and stress. If you are feeling a lot of anxiety, then massage over the solar plexus. The solar plexus is from your belly button up to about your bra line. That's your solar plexus, or over your heart. And that will help lessen anxiety. And the example that it gave, I got a kick out of. It was like the first day of high school jitters, or when learning how to drive a stick shift vehicle. And I just thought that those were kind of funny. But the first day of high school is stressful, and I guess learning to drive a stick shift is stressful. But I've known how. My boys were just in shock that I knew how to drive a stick shift and can do it quite well. It has linalool in it, that it promotes relaxation, but also decreases aggression and increases social interaction. It's helpful for recovery from all negative habits or addictions. It gives hope and optimism to the tired soul. In short, basil is indicated for those who are weary in mind and body, and for those in need of strength and renewal. So the negative emotions it addresses are feeling anxious, overwhelmed, drained, exhausted, negative habits. The positive are if you want to feel energized, renewed, rejuvenated, rested, and strengthened. You know, and I would have never thought about, I would never have thought about basil to feel rested and strengthened. I think about it for other things, but I don't usually think about it for that. So the top properties are it is a stimulant, neurotonic, steroidal, regenerative, antispasmodic, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, digestive, anti-infectious, antioxidant, antiviral, decongestant, diuretic, disinfectant for the urinary and pulmonary systems. Is what it's disinfectant for. Anti-catarrhal, and that's to get rid of mucus and phlegm, antidepressant, and energizing. So it's got lots and lots of things that it does. The primary benefits are it helps to keep the skin looking clean, clear, and healthy. For aromatic, you can use it to help create a calm, relaxed atmosphere. It supports your nervous system health, and it helps overcome mental and adrenal exhaustion. So those are a lot of the kind of the categories of the primary benefits. But for uses, you can use it for a natural stimulant. So you can put it on the bottom, your lower back for adrenal support. One of the symptoms of adrenal fatigue, I looked it up, was complete exhaustion and just having no energy. And that's something to be aware of. If you're like me and have nights where you don't go to bed or go to sleep until 2 and you wake up at 6, my exhaustion is probably from lack of sleep and not adrenal fatigue. But so we all need to know what we're doing to evaluate what's the cause of our fatigue. In fighting fatigue, use it topically on your wrist, chest, back, or feet, or diffuse it for an instant pick-me-up. You can also, if you're suffering from adrenal fatigue, then you can apply it under your nose to the bottoms of your feet, back of neck, or forehead. If you are feeling brain fog and mental sluggishness, then just take some breaths out of the bottle. Or you can diffuse it to sharpen your focus while studying or reading. If you suffer from really severe, overwhelming head tension that is not a normal head tension, or if you're suffering from feeling symptoms of dizziness, then apply wintergreen or peppermint with basil to the temples and the back of your neck, and it will help that. Basil is one that can help with ear discomfort. You can apply it behind your ear here and underneath your lobe. Or you can put it on a cotton ball and just place it gently over your ear opening. Do not stuff it in, but you could just place it and relax it there, or let it relax there. It can be a muscle relaxant to help relieve aches, pains, spasms, and cramps. You can apply it to sore muscles and joints after your workout. You can soak in a warm bath with Epsom salts, lavender oil, and basil oil. And with those, just a reminder, add the oils to the Epsom salts, and then they disperse in your bath water better than just putting the drops of oil in your bath water. They just kind of float on the surface. It is antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. So you can just think about all the areas that with those properties you could use it. If you are using it on sensitive skin, if you're using it to help heal problems or on your face, then you probably want to dilute it first. It's one that it's not classified as a hot oil, but if you're putting it at sensitive places, then you probably still want to dilute it first. It can help reduce water retention, bloating, and digestive issues. It can help relieve constipation, nausea, and motion sickness. And just add 1 or 2 drops to warm water or tea and drink it, or massage it directly onto your abdomen or lower back. When that time of the month comes, then you can apply it to the lower abdomen, and it will help release the discomfort that we used to get monthly. If you have suffered a loss of sense of smell, there are several oils that will help. Peppermint is one of them, but basil is another one. And listen to this, because a lot of people are suffering from a loss of sense of smell just from things that they have experienced in the last 18 months. You can apply it under your nose and to the bottom of your big toes to regain or increase your sense of smell. This is probably not going to happen in one application, so you just need to be really diligent in applying it over and over. It is a natural insect repellent, especially good for mosquitoes and ticks. It's great to use in cooking. Add 1 to 3 drops to soup, spaghetti sauce, or Thai food for enhanced flavor. I would always start with 1 drop. You can always add more. You can't take it out. So start small. If what comes around usually in December, January, and February every year, then where we've got sniffles and we're exhausted and have achy bones and things like that, it is basil can be used to help that. You can try diffusing diffusing it wherever you are, or you can add 1 or 2 drops to your bath. It is capable of eliminating odor-causing bacteria and fungus in your home, car, appliances, and furniture, thanks to the antibacterial and antifungal properties. So in India, it's been used for culinary applications, not just in the food, but they've used it to eliminate odors and clean kitchen equipment. So think about that. You can combine it with baking soda to remove stains and bacteria from pots or pans and spray it inside your toilet, shower, or garbage cans. If you just need help relieving stress, then you can apply it. Your feet, your wrists, the back of your neck are really good places to just, that's kind of my default places. But diffusing it also will be very helpful to do that. It is very supportive of improved blood circulation. So if you need that, then, remember that, to try that. There are several oils that do that. It is an analgesic and can provide relief from uncomfortable sensations that we feel in our bodies. So you can just apply it on to wherever it hurts. Basil oil is an ophthalmic and can quickly relieve bloodshot eyes. Listen carefully. Do not put it in your eyes. You can put it on the occipital bone around your eyes. Don't even put it in close underneath your eyes, but put it on this bone that's around your eyes, or put it at the base of your 2nd and 3rd toes. That's the acupuncture points for your eyes. And you can put it on your feet and it will help your eyes. I know that sounds silly, but you can do it. It can add a fresh herbal flavor to meats, pastas, or entree dishes. You can combine it with geranium and wild orange for an uplifting massage. If you want a relaxing, stress-relieving massage, combine basil and wintergreen for that massage. The normal precautions with this: keep out of the reach of children. For topical use, dilute is a 1 to 10 ratio for children. So if you happen to be making like a 10 ml bottle, I think, and if any of you want the specific ones, I've got a chart that I can look up and tell you, but I think it's only like 2 or 3 drops in a 10 ml bottle that is a 1 to 10 ratio. For adults, it's 1 drop to a tablespoon of carrier oil. And I used to know what how many milliliters a tablespoon was, but you can Google it or ask me, and I've got a chart that will tell me. Avoid if you're pregnant, nursing, or under a doctor's care. Avoid if you have epilepsy, and don't put it on your eyes, inner ears, or sensitive areas. You can, on all the oils, you can do a skin patch test on your forearm, just any place right there, and then watch for redness, burning, hives, or allergic reactions. And have fractionated coconut oil close at hand, because that will, if you start to get a reaction, put fractionated coconut oil on quickly. Do not put water on. If you don't have fractionated coconut oil, you can get olive oil, you can get butter, but don't put water on. That will just intensify the effects and will not be helpful.